stories. I've told it so many times I don't even pick up the book anymore. It's an almost bedtime story. You guys know what a bedtime story is.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean by almost bedtime, right? When it gets to be almost bedtime and you're like, oh, one more TV show, one more story, and then I'll go to bed. Right?
Yeah.
One more drink of water. Well, this is a story about a kid who came up with a great stall tactic. And it's called, "What?" cried Granny. It's an almost bedtime story. Now, Patrick was having his very first night sleeping away from home. He was having a sleepover at Granny's house. And they had a lovely evening. They had dinner, they played some games, and then the sun was starting to go down, and Granny said, "All right, now, my dear boy, climb into bed, and I'll kiss you goodnight." And he said, "But Granny, I don't have a bed here." That's pretty good, huh? You can't go to bed without a bed. And Granny said, "What?" She ran out behind the house to where there were some tall trees growing. And she chopped down one of those trees. And she hauled that tree back into the house. Granny's very strong, isn't she? And she took it down to the basement, and she hammered, and she sawed, and she nailed, and she made him a bed. Now, when you or I make our bed, it's not that hard, but she made a bed. That's pretty tough. She dragged the bed upstairs and into the bedroom. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, hear me. All right. Oh, Granny's working up a little bit of a sweat there. All right, now, my dear boy, climb into bed, lay your head on the pillow, and I'll turn off the light. Patrick said, "But Granny, I don't have a pillow here." You saw it coming, didn't you? Granny said, "What?" She ran out behind the house again to the hen houses where there were some chickens sleeping. She woke up the chickens, she took some others, she ran back into the house to her sewing machine. She took some material, she sewed it up along 3 sides, made a nice bag out of it, stuffed it full of feathers, sewed up the 4th side, had a nice big back pillow, took it down the hall, and threw it on the bed. Oh, goodness gracious, oh dear me. Oh, I'm having palpitations. All right, now, my dear boy. All right. By this time, Patrick was watching the late show, right? All right, now, my dear boy, climb into bed. Lay your head on the pillow. Tuck the blankets up under your chin. You don't have a blanket. And I'll read you a story. But Granny, said Patrick, say it with me. I don't have a blanket here. And what did Granny say? What? Granny ran up behind the house. The 3rd time. To the distant hills where there were some sheep sleeping. You could tell they were sleeping, they were counting people. That's what sheep do to fall asleep. I don't know if you knew that, but they count little businessmen jumping over a fence until they fall asleep. No? Alright. She woke up some of the sheep, she sheared off some of their wool. She gathered up some of their wool, she went back into the house where she had a spinning wheel. Granny does things the hard way. She spun that wool into yarn. She knitted that yarn into a blanket. She dyed the blanket a nice shade of twilight purple. Waited for it to dry. And took it down the hall and threw it on the bed. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, here in the end, going to my chiropractor first thing in the morning. All right, now, my dear boy. I need a nice cup of tea. All right, now, my dear boy, climb into bed. Lay your head on the pillow. Tuck the blankets up under your chin. Give your teddy bear a hug. But Granny, said Patrick, I don't have a teddy bear here. And Granny said, what? She didn't leave the room this time. She grabbed her emergency sewing kit and she pulled down the living room curtains. And she cut and she sewed and she stuffed and she added 2 buttons for eyes and a button for a nose and she made him a big. And I mean a big teddy bear out of the living room curtains. Oh, it was so big. Here, we can go through the doorway.
No! She was running. Okay. Don't do it!
All right. Now, my dear boy, I'm almost running over the small children in my living room. All right, now, my dear boy. I'll take it here anyway. Now, my dear boy. Oh, goodness gracious. Granny is having. Either I'm dead or my watch is stopped. All right, now, my dear boy. It's morning. And Granny said, what?